franchise enough to put it in Smash. Where like everyone keeps saying it's another anime sword person,
Yeah.
and a lot of
When
Smash
is
is
Dr. Robotnik gonna be there, Paris?
exactly. Where's more Sonic rep? Where's Tails? Where's Knuckles?
Don't Sonic sucks. Never
It
had
does. It does.
never
Not
had a
worthy,
good game.
yeah.
They've never had a
Yeah,
game that I would
um,
want on like a desert island.
if if you took the gameplay of Smash and combined it with Sonic, I think it's the perfect game.
Gameplay of Smash. Ah. Kasi the funny thing about yung gameplay na Smash, it's basically Kirby.
Yeah, and you can tell that it's the same creator. Kirby and Smash is the same creator.
Okay. I'm gonna share na, tapos you could start yung ano. You could
Oh,
start
your
yung
video's
intro.
still not working for me though.
Yeah.
But
Oh, wait. I'll reset kasi naayos ko
Go
na ito
lang.
dapat. Turn off camera, turn on camera. Wait, I am going to fix this goddamn thing. Where's the...
I had such a great weekend. Cleaned my room. Fucking, I got work done. No, it's the small things, guys.
yeah, good for you. I was in bed in pain, suffering from my fever, but
Is it an anime fever na?
yeah, it was an anime fever. Because when I woke up, I had like powers all of a sudden. When Lord
Sige.
pala.
Okay. What fucking...
There we go.
Okay, sige.
There's the
Yeah.
money maker.
There's...
Hell yeah, dude.
I've just been making... Anyway. Ikaw, you start the
Yeah.
intro. Okay.
We live? Right.
Yeah.
We're live na?
Isha-share ko lang Teka lang
Okay.
Share. Error, YouTube is not receiving enough. Teka. Wait lang. Okay. I don't understand how, like, this is a fast computer, pero it's not fast in 2021. Why does that happen? Like, nothing really changed.
Windows
naman.
updates. Windows updates.
I didn't want an answer. I just wanted to complain.
Kasi you have a lot of drawing apps. So fucking...
What do you mean a lot of drawing apps? I just have the one.
Computer mo yan dahil sa mga games na yan. Yan tuloy.
It's from downloading all those comic book PDFs, man. You don't know where
No.
they came from, man.
It's from downloading porn. Yun na lang.
Freecomics.com, man. Is that a website?
Definitely, I'm sure.
I haven't read a comic in like maybe 2 years or something now.
In 2 years.
That's
Okay.
pretty bad. It's like if Andren said, "Oh, I haven't laughed at a dick joke in like a week." In a
so-
week.
I gave my computer aids to, like, nung nagda-download ako sa coolroms.com.
Cool, wrong.
PS1 ROMs.
Okay. I think pwede na. I shared it na. And let's see. Okay.
In 3, 2, 1. We're live! Right?
Woo!
Sure.
Yeah. Welcome to Gaming Gamers, the gaming podcast that has gamers talking. I'm your host, Andren Bernardo, and I am with two gentlemen. One who is one of my good friends, and one guy I barely know. Pero it's this fresh, fun, sexy dynamic pare that other podcasts don't have. Okay? We are both three gamers who are gonna be talking about video games now. So guys, kumusta kayo guys? What have you been playing recently?
I'll go first actually because I literally just bought a game today. I bought this another surprise. It's another indie game, and it's a Metroidvania Souls-like called Blasphemous.
Wow! sobrang unique.
Which one is this? What is this?
Blasphemous. Have you heard of that one?
Oh fuck! Actually, I want to play that. That looks
It's
like a 2D Dark Souls.
Black.
Again, with the Dark Souls
Ah!
song.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
I bought that. I bought that
I'm
then.
getting out of my comfort zone and I'm playing another Dark Souls
No,
like
I
game, and
bought
it's
that
it's
then,
fucking
dude.
awesome actually. I love it. So
Mm.
I,
far at least.
Okay.
I saw the boss designs in that game. They look like straight out of an Iron Maiden
They look
album.
horrendous
I
in a
want
Yeah,
good
dude.
way.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
wanted to show that kay Andren pero like I'm okay with it. I'm just okay with it. It feels
See, I'm not
it
that
feels
deep into it yet.
generic yung movement.
For me, yes, yung combat and yung movement is kind of derivative of like I feel like Hollow Knight does it better. I feel like
It's like
Dead Cells does it better.
nag-uusap
But
ka.
the
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry, go.
okay. See, but the thing that Blasphemous succeeds more so than those games, in my opinion, is yung atmosphere, the lore,
Mm.
and the music is. I mean, the music adds to the atmosphere, but like in the whole presentation and how.
Mm.
I mean, because like Dark Souls in and of itself, it's already there's some religious metaphors to it and allegories, but this one goes like full on like literal like if it's like the nightmare of someone who was forced to convert to Catholicism turned into a game.
Dude, that's
Can I
dude,
can
to
I
be honest, that game, I like edgy
Can I
shit like that.
Can I
Yeah, go
describe
ahead,
as a
go ahead.
scene kay Andren?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like you kill yung first boss, which is this giant monster. Tapos you go to its side and then
Yeah.
there's like blood dripping down from its side.
Rushing.
And then
Yeah.
you take out yung helmet, which is like isa siyang parang nail na mahaba with a face like,
Yeah.
and then he takes it off yung helmet and then he gets yung blood and then
Fills it to the
nagfill
brim.
yung to the brim, right? And then he puts it on his head.
Yeah.
It seems like something like, yeah, it's cool. It's
I felt weirdly nostalgic from that scene because I used to do that as a kid when I
What?
would take a bath, but not with blood.
okay.
Like I did like yung tabo and then I put it in
Oh.
water and then I
Wow.
put it on my head. I'm like, yay! And then, but I saw that. It's like, yeah, exactly. It was like a perverted version of that.
I
don't know,
got
it
a
made me
story.
laugh.
I got a story.
Go
Pero
ahead,
sige.
go ahead.
No, like I used to do that sa balde, right? Like yung magbabubbles, ganun,
Yeah.
right? So I was doing yung bubbles and then I went like that, pataas, right? And then I hit my head on yung gripo and I didn't pay
Oh, no.
attention to it, right? Pero when I was like putting on yung aking Sunday outfit and shit, I was combing yung hair ko and then I felt here open yung aking skull.
Jesus.
Yeah, I cut it open dun sa gripo. Tapos, I remember nung dinala ko ng parents ko sa kanilang clinic to suture it. Like, I was asking, nakikita ba yung utak? Yeah, that's
Well, okay lang naman yun, Giselle. You were 25.
yeah,
It's fine.
Yeah.
it's fun. It's fun.
I'm gonna go through that tomorrow.
It's fine. Just
So, yeah. I just
Okay.
I just feel
wanna-
like Blasphemous is like and this is pure judgment at saka assumptions, like it feels like the guy is more of a pixel artist than he is a programmer.
Yes, I would agree.
Yeah,
Yeah. 'Cause
yung
like I
the
said,
feel.
the presentation is what stands out more.
Pero yung feeling is like, okay, it's like he's got a lot of ideas, but it's like, this isn't this. It doesn't feel distinct. It feels like parang tutorial siya. Pero like, everything else, it's fine. You know, it's fine. Metroidvania.
Yeah, I
right?
think it's their first game ng studio, diba?
Yeah.
So it's a good first attempt. I
No.
think.
dude, pixel art. I saw some again. I saw some of the boss designs and legit gave me nightmares from some of them.
It looks,
It looks
you know what?
so-
It looks better than yung Newcastle spiritual successor ng Castlevania. Like, this is what I want
Oh,
Castlevania to
yeah.
look like. Definitely.
It's funny, like the designs of the bosses are so messed up.
Yeah.
It extends to the NPCs. And there's this one guy. I walked into a room. This is one of the last things I did. I walked into a room and I see this like young priest looking guy, and his shirt is like slightly open, and he has a second face on his torso, but the face is old. He's poking at its eye. And then I was walking in, and my health was really low. And then I walked, and I was like, "Oh, he's a boss fight. I gotta go back and like refill my health, go to a save point." And I had to backtrack all the way, and I did that. Then I went back, and I was like, "Okay, I'm ready." Turns out he's not a boss. He's just an NPC, and he's actually supposed to help me with
Oh.
my health potions. And I'm like, if the helpful NPCs look like this, I can only imagine like what the later bosses are gonna look like.
There's this really cool enemy, Andren, na it's just a naked lady, pero like she has a statue of like an angel strapped to her one arm. Tapos she does that. Like, ginagamit yung club yung giant statue. Like, it's a great design. I'll never forget that. That's like iconic shit.
Can I ask River, kasi you know me, pare, I like my RPGs, pare. Ano yung RPG elements niya? Like,
Alright, I knew.
Ugh.
Okay, so the RPG elements, yeah, it's kind of like Dark Souls then. And when you kill enemies, you get. Are they called like tears? I forgot what they're called. They're like faith tears or whatever. And then you
Rosary
use that-
beads.
No, you have a rosary bead though.
Ah, okay.
That's part of the. Yeah, you have a rosary bead, and then the rosary.
Team, pare. So, go ahead. I'm so happy.
Okay, so you get the faith tears. I forgot what they're called. Tears of lamentation or some shit. And you use those tears. They're the XP basically, and then you can level up. You can buy new moves. You can get a stronger attack or whatever. And that's just your base character. And then you can level up your sword at this weird statue, and then you can and then the rosary bead that I mentioned. Each bead, you know how like I'm not Catholic, but I know like each bead is like a prayer or something, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So in this one, he doesn't have any beads on his rosary, so he just gets random things like a skull, the eyeball of some enemy, and then he puts those are his beads, and then each bead has a different passive ability. So like I had this bird skull that gives me like slight defense. I have
Yeah, I got that.
this orb that has acid in it that like protects me from poison, like stuff like that. There's I think a bunch of other ones I haven't gotten to. I just started just today, but
That
yeah.
moves.
Yeah.
Getting out of like games a bit. Again, it's a bit closer to my heart because I'm a metal fan. Like, there's nothing more metal than Catholicism. Like when you're a
Yes,
kid,
exactly.
when you're a kid, pare, and you go to church for the first time, and the first thing you see is a guy nailed to a cross. Dude, that's traumatizing then. And you see it, and like sasabihin ng nanay mo, yan, punta ka sa paa niya, tapos kunin mo yung dugo
Yeah.
ng paa niya, tapos like, oh my god, like, that is really...
It's great. And what were you raised as, River?
I don't know what flavor of Christianity I was raised in, but I've just been I was raised Christian, but I don't know what like what version of it,
No,
what sense. Yeah.
it's the Christian light. Yeah,
If this was like a musical, ito yung if this was a musical, this would be yung part na exposition kami. But you gotta know what flavor of Christianity you are.
Because we believe.
We believe. My Jesus is black.
But, I'll get to what you played lately, Giselle. But that's why I was so disappointed with Far Cry 4.
There's a
Yeah.
4? Okay.
Oh, it's five. It's five.
5. When I saw the people in the church singing and I once was lost
Oh.
and now and then raised nila yung guns, so I was like, hell yeah, this is gonna be the game
Yeah.
for me. But like, let's get to that later.
Mm-mm.
I want to ask what Giselle has been playing this past weekend.
No, yun nga eh. Like, we could get to your thing na kasi I just bought yung yung Blasphemous, and then I played Bowser's Fury. Mostly that. So like I bought I downloaded yung demo na Project Triangle Strategy.
Oh.
I saw that too sa Nintendo Direct and I was curious kasi again, I'm kind of burnt out sa strategy games, yung RPG na strategy. Pero yung diverging storylines, hopefully they make good in that na hindi lang siya parang, ooh, you just talked to a different person and now you're fighting the same people. Like, hopefully, like, it really diverges into
I think it's gonna
different paths.
I think his story is gonna be shit kasi they're so obsessed with like I'm speaking in an old English accent, sir. Like, it's just too much talking na parang just it's yung from yung chapter that I played, it feels like we have to get all 20 characters to have a line in this thing, even though it doesn't fucking matter.
Like,
It
there's no substance.
it's so
Just
telling na
no-
it's so telling na baka sa demo lang, pero it has a fast forward button. No, it's like, stop this bullshit now. I don't want to listen to this voice acting ganun.
I just
Yan.
realized that triangle strategy is a synonym for pyramid scheme. They just found a better way to say it.
So
Wha-
this is an RPG about networking.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
What do you mean a better way to
For the
say
time.
it?
No, because triangle, pyramid, strategy,
I,
scheme,
I
diba?
know, but it's not a better way to say it. It sounds terrible.
Pero dun sa sinabi mo nga kanina, Giselle, you haven't played that. Anything. What have you done this weekend? Watched anything? Yeah,
Actually, I want to hear your thoughts on Bowser's Fury because I also beat it over the
I
weekend.
have not beat it. I
I
was just playing
100%
it.
of it.
Oh, I mean, I really like it. I like yung everything's a cat, and then there's like no, no, pero seriously, like
Yeah,
everything's a cat, kahit
everything is a cat. The trees, the birds,
um
cats.
you have this really cool
Mario.
dinosaur who's not Yoshi na para siyang ano, si Loch Ness monster. Then
I think I
she
heard
just
that.
follows you around everywhere na parang kasi it's all in like one open world tapos there are islands. Tapos if you see the edge at the edge makikita mo naka-park lang siya dun sumusunod. Tapos you can ride her. It's basically like a small taste of it's like ano, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. It's just this really well designed
Okay.
level na open
So
world tapos ganda.
What a
It's
detail.
great.
an
Really?
experiment onto something bigger.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hope so. I hope
I
so.
hope so. It's amazing. Ganun, like not much else to say. Tapos ganda.
Can I again get both of your perspectives on this? Because I heard this before some Mario. There's this certain level where you need Yoshi para iba pagkatalon mo, you jump off Yoshi
Mm.
and he dies.
Mm. Yeah.
Well, you know that, yeah.
That's Super Mario World.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Tapos may nagsabi na like, there's just a bunch of dead Yoshis now. Where Mario jumped off every time. So,
Wha-
marami lang nakahilerang patay na Yoshi.
Well, yung fucked up thing, I mean that's made up pero yung real thing dun is when Yoshi kasi may move na Yoshi extends yung kanyang tongue to eat people, yung mismong sprite, yung frame, nakasuntok naka-donkey punch si Mario sa ulo ni
Yeah, on
Yoshi.
Yoshi's head.
It's
Yeah.
pretty, he's like,
Like the dirty animal he is.
I was gonna say the amount of Yoshis that die being used as a platform to jump off, it evens out because they lay so many eggs.
yeah,
So
that's
Mario
true.
just doing his due diligence to control the Yoshi population.
But that's
So,
just a theory.
there's a game called Yoshi's Island. So it's just
yeah.
a generic Yoshi. Like
Yeah.
it's not. There's no real Yoshi, no.
Yeah, Yoshi is just a speechy name. Yeah, so
Yeah,
one of them is
it's
named
really
Carl.
I used to play yung Yoshi's Story sa N64
Oh,
with my
that's a good one.
friend.
Yeah.
Tapos like yung favorite ko was like the black Yoshi kasi and the purple one. Kasi the colored, ewan ko, ang ganda ng colors ng Yoshi. For some reason it's like, ooh, everything's cool. Anyway.
the thing I don't like about Yoshi, in this a Game Boy Advance, I played the Yoshi game where you escort Baby Mario.
Yeah.
I didn't like the egg throwing mechanic where I had to wait.
Yes,
Mm.
they fixed that.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay.
Yeah, in the later one, because I mean, obviously, controllers have two sticks now. So the second stick is used for moving the targeting thing instead of waiting
Okay.
for it. Yeah,
Yeah, thank God.
yeah, that was really weird.
I'll
That
talk
didn't-
about mine.
Yes, what did you play?
Before I talk about what I played, kasi, are you guys anime fans?
I think so.
I just
Yeah.
watched. This is a quick one because it's a bit gamey.
Wala.
It's called "Sleeping Princess Gets Kidnapped into Demon King's Castle."
Oh,
This
I know
is-
that one. I know that one.
That is the best because it's like Dragon Quest basically, where the princess doesn't want to be saved. Kasi na-endear na siya dun sa Demon Castle.
Aw,
The Demon Kingdom. That's so cute.
that's
Yung
cute.
anime. And yung question, there's always this Dragon Quest start to every episode where tan 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 tan. Tapos yung mga quests lang yung gusto lang yung makahanap ng mga unan. Yung gagawa siya, magka-craft siya ng unan. So ang ginawa niya, pumatay siya ng teddy bear. Pumatay siya ng mga ghosts. Yung ghost dun yung gawa silang talaga sila sa tela. Gumawa siya ng unan. Gumawa lang siya ng unan. And each episode is just her crafting things to make her sleep. Basically, yun lang.
That's so cute and also parang medyo embittering. Parang, oh, these are the ideas that will make you money.
And plus yung nakakatawa dun, nakakainis yung hero kasi he's so overly positive. Basically yun lang. I was just diverging a bit. So I have been playing recent last this weekend Tales of Berseria. Yes,
Ooh.
kasi I'm hyping myself up for the new Tales game that's coming out 2021. Hopefully it's third quarter. Parang di ako mag
I
maglaro ng tagal.
I have a question about yung Tales series. Like, lahat ng games na Tales of and then a word is that's the same series.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Pero bakit why do they change the name? Like
Oh, it's the same world, pero it's a different game. Iba yung protagonist each time. Yeah,
It's
mm,
like Final
Berserk.
Fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Final Fantasy.
okay, I was always confused na parang ang daming Tales of tas I wasn't sure if they were like connected or like same publisher or something. Parang
It's
okay.
the same publisher definitely, and somehow intertwined yung mga stories nila. At a certain point, I think from Exilia to Berseria, parehas yung world. Pero hindi ko lang
Iba
sure kung
iba pa yung sa
parehas yung
Vesperia, yung Berseria sa Vesperia. Okay,
iba.
okay.
Berseria.
I have
Kasi
Vesperia.
ang main hook nila, I'm not liking that game so much kasi ang hook nila dito sa Berserk, you get to play as the villain, man.
Oh.
But are you
Then I was
really the villain?
no, you're kind of an anti-hero, so I was kind
Okay.
of disappointed. Like I thought you were literally gonna be like a demon king, or who's gonna fucking. Kasi it's a prequel to the latest one, which I forgot. It's a prequel to the game before this, so it's pretty cool. I like it. And coming back to your point, Giselle, I don't get why, like, kunwari, it's an anime game, pero bakit sila may Cockney accent? It really takes me out. Kung may Cockney accent, oh, fine, come na. And like, anime big titty girl, you go somehow, okay, fine, good.
I tried
Yeah, nice
sa,
knowing you.
when I was playing yung Breath of the Wild, ginawa akong Japanese yung voices kasi like, it just sounded
I always
nicer.
do that. I
Yeah.
always do that.
Not to be like a dick.
I feel like I would miss out on something with in the case of Dragon Quest 11 because I noticed every town is a like a version of a different country's accent. So like there's one where it's like a really bad French accent, one is a really bad Italian accent.
But that's
And then
cute.
I imagine like yeah, and I'm like, if I did Japanese voice acting, will they be speaking Japanese but in a racist like French accent? Like, is that what's gonna happen? I
I'm
don't actually I never played in Japanese.
I'm okay naman with like yung old English. I just don't like yung writing nung Project Triangle. So like I don't like when it's like I don't know if this makes sense, but like when something is written like a visual novel where there's like so much back and forth, parang can't you like cut down stuff? Kasi like I just really want to get back to the gameplay. Ganun, like give me yung aking motivation and just get on with it. I don't need to hear everyone speak. We have 20 people here. I don't care about all of them.
Yeah, and as I was playing this game, look, I'm not. You can dress any way you want. I'm not fucking dress shaming or like. But why does every female character in that game, bakit parang parating punit yung shorts nila? Like, literally sa Exilia, yung skirt ng girl, basically she kahit naka-panty na lang siya at that point, yung exilang skirts nila, like, again, I don't care. It's so cliche na market nila kasi sa horny Japanese boys.
That's
Well,
everything sa Japan, right? Like
Yeah, I know, I know.
the market like the market really is the boys.
Even like yung fucking Platinum Games, yung si 2B, si
Uh,
Yeah.
even that, yung Nier Automata,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
that's a lot of short-skirted women. Pero I'm not saying it's bad. It's just an observation.
No, I mean I'm saying that it's bad in the way na para it detracts from like oh this has a really deep story tas it's ass like I worked in like a game company dati tapos like they were making me make this basta this fucking investor was saying na tingnan mo tong High School of the Dead, this is what I want. It's parang, I fucking hate this. I read yung first chapter, I watched yung episodes, and it's just parang every time na may seryosong beat, merong panty shot. And I don't give a shit. Like, just do straight up porn at that point na. It's just annoying and like,
But
it's kind of like insulting as sa akin as a guy na parang it works on so many guys na parang, oh, ang ganda ng kwento kasi ang daming suso. Parang nakaka-insulto, pero I know that it works. Pero like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah, my
That's how
friend.
I felt with Mass Effect. It's just super
Okay.
cool. There's a part in there's a character in Mass Effect 2 named Miranda, and she's like this super augmented human that her face was like totally changed to be the perfect woman's face, and she has like the perfect body and whatever, and she's supposed to be like the perfect soldier who can infiltrate whatever. But whenever you talk to her, unlike the other characters, because they have a camera that does like a cut to your face, Shepard's face, and cut to whoever you're talking. Like that's normal RPG stuff. But like with Miranda, cuts to her face when she's talking. Then when Shepard's talking, it's like imagine an angle where this is Shepard and then this is Miranda's ass on the front of the camera. And then
Nako.
that's how it's framed, and it makes it look like Shepard is talking to her butt. And it like that's what like what Giselle said. Now, I'm fine with like things being sexual if the context is there, but this one is kind of distracting and detracting from what the game
Yeah.
is trying to do.
That that was the point I was trying to make. God damn. Well, but I'm enjoying the game. Dude, sobrang ganda ng gameplay ng Tales games. Like, if kung sana lang hindi parating power of friendship, yung almost every game, every RPG I played. Again, cliches, hindi na maiwasan yan, pero just try something different. This different thing that they were saying, hindi ka naman talaga kontrabida eh. You're an anti-hero, no? Ooh, I'm gonna do the wrong thing, but it's actually the right thing.
Ah.
Everything, the middle ground, lahat na eh. I was just rolling my eyes hard, pero I am enjoying it. And yeah, that's what I've been playing.
I have a question about yung JRPGs mo. Can you get through like a game if you just are annoyed by all of yung characters? Is it prerequisite for you to like yung characters for you to finish yung JRPG?
Here's the weird thing. No, kasi if I don't like the story, I can just turn on a podcast.
Ah.
That's the thing. Ang importante sa akin yung gameplay.
Okay.
So, yeah. That was Persona 5 for me. Hot take, I didn't like the story of Persona 5. I thought it was garbage, pero
That's great.
it's just me.
That's gonna get us the clicks because we're like, oh, this guy didn't like Persona 5. And then
Yeah.
it's your face.
Andren didn't like Persona 5. He just played it 5 times over and over again.
Just to prove how much he hates it. He played it 5 times and got all.
How many times nga ba, Andren?
3.
3.
Okay.
That's
Still a lot. Yeah.
So,
Considering how long a Persona game is.
yeah, dude. Fuck. New Game Plus and one more para ma-platinum ko. So, yeah.
That's so fun when you get into it na parang I can't stop. Nothing else matters.
So here at the Gaming Gamers, we also like tackle tackle hot gaming news.
Ooh.
Huh? People like that news.
We're topical.
We're
Yes.
talking about the big indie company Nintendo had a direct. So what were your thoughts?
I mean,
I have a
okay.
lot of thoughts, but I want to hear you.
Let's
guys
see.
first. I feel like I'm the resident Nintendo guy at the
Yeah.
three of us. So I'll pick the last one. Yeah.
I thought na I'm happy for them na they got to make their thing again. No, like yung part parang oh, you haven't done this in like a year or so. I'm happy na you guys still want to do this. Yeah, I guess yung pinaka game for me there was Project Triangle Strategy, and that wasn't when I watched yung thing, the Project Triangle Strategy part. I kind of fast forwarded kasi parang oh, this isn't Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't give a shit. Tapos biglang narinig Squaresoft. I guess maybe. Ganun. But this sounds like shit. And then I downloaded yung
So
demo.
they had this weird thing na ginawa na ng ibang strategy. You can use the environment to your advantage. And I'm like,
Nah.
parang ginawa na to. You know, isn't that the point?
That's been the ang problem ko is I don't like how it looks kasi like maganda naman yung backgrounds pero they just use a filter to make everything go together. So every sprite is almost tinged purple. Tapos the sprites are kind of shitty. Like for me talaga like it feels like they're doing it to look retro, not to look good. Kasi you can make sprites that look amazing. Pero like these are like the most generic fucking sprites na nakita ko. Pero like
Does It just look like the fucking phone game, the Final Fantasy 6.
Yung Excelsia ba yun or something? Yung parang, yeah, ewan ko.
All the
It's,
IO words Final
Yeah,
Fantasies.
it's not
six.
horrible, pero like, it's like, you could have done better. Ganun.
Yeah, what's that JRPG na they use they like do the same technique. I think they started it. Na 2D yung sprites but the backgrounds are 3D.
That's
It's like
Octopath, di ba?
Suikoden. No. Before Octopath, there's like did
Not,
Suikoden do that?
no, every PS1 RPG naman did that eh.
Oh really? Like 2D.
Pero like, Octopath did yung parang voxel
Oh okay.
thing, ganun.
Sa akin naman, dun sa Nintendo, one thing that caught my eye, kasi I played a little bit of this and I had fun with it. This is yung new trailer ng Splatoon.
Ah,
Ooh. Oh yeah, I
Here's the
like
weird-
Splatoon.
Here was the weird thing about, like, it started, parang nasa post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
siya. And it gives context of yung, nasa ito yung headcanon ko na all of these freaky mutant
Yeah.
squid people came out of this like nuclear war where
It's-
everyone morphed into mutants, and I'm like, it was kind of cool, pero yung shift in tone sa trends biglang naging fun multiplayer na siya bigla na.
Yeah.
Ooh, we paint the map pare with our color.
Dude, that part, like, ano,
They expounded more on that fucking
I, wa-
post-apocalyptic thing.
I was so tuned out at that part nung nakita kong biglang may desert, parang, oh great, I guess may fucking Borderlands shit na naman, who gives a shit. Tapos biglang, oh, Splatoon! I love Splatoon!
Yeah. My theory of that is yun nga, like yung opening, because every Splatoon game, and I played the first one and the second one, so there's kind of a pattern nga that what they're doing. Na every Splatoon game they have to have a single player. So my theory is nga yung the opening with you have a pet for some reason, because I don't know how the pet gonna take have a role in the multiplayer, but obviously I feel it's baka nasa single player siya. And it's gonna be, I'm hoping, kind of open world, the single
I
player
hope.
campaign. That's my theory at least.
Fuck, I've never. At one point, I told River this like offline na, online na. I'm watching a direct with games that I'm never gonna
Yeah,
play.
they don't give
I
a shit.
saw that.
No, I do, but I'm never
No,
gonna
you do
play.
give a shit, but you'll never play them. No, I go
I don't have a Switch, so I just looked at the Splatoon trailer and like, hopefully it becomes like a. Look, you know what Call of Duty does? They like have they have a deep story mode. Again, I'm
Yeah.
not sure na kung gaano kaganda ng campaigns ngayon and have also a multiplayer. Hopefully they're going that way.
They
Yeah,
they
that's
had
all my thought.
they had a really great DLC for yung last
Yes,
Splatoon
that was
na
good.
ang ganda ng story, and then like I think did it end with like a giant fight with like a giant statue na parang Statue of Liberty type.
It is the Statue of Liberty.
It is a
It's
statue,
functioning.
yeah.
A mechanized Statue of Liberty.
I was
love that
crying.
because it shows that this is Earth.
Yeah.
There are some theories about the lore of Splatoon. There's some sprinkled stories then in the first one, second one, that humans died out because of like a great flood or something, and then
Okay.
Dude,
yeah, so all the
Then the Statue of Liberty
I-
lift up her skirt para.
it's like
I think I honestly think Andren would really like yung Splatoon 2 kasi it feel I like si Marina at si Pearl kasi it kind of feels like yung Toe Jam and Earl type feel na pa hip hop sila. It's just it's fun. It's just it's so I was telling a friend na parang the most jet set radio you'll get is probably Splatoon 2 na.
I agree.
Oh my god! I heard that then it looks like parang a modern day Dreamcast game.
Yeah, I love it. Exactly. Perfect.
And it's made by the youngest teams in Nintendo right now. So they're like up and coming, but now it's like they're up there and then.
So what were your thoughts, River?
Okay.
About were you,
Well,
kasi
it's
you're the most diehard Nintendo fan out of the three of us, and
Yeah.
were you disappointed? Did you like it? Was it awesome? What do you think?
If I had to start with like my overall feelings, direct was very middling for me. Now,
Okay.
because the directs for me, a successful direct is catering to all of the fans in a way na here's a little for all the RPG people, here's a little bit for all the diehard Nintendo fans, the legacy fans since the beginning. Like here's a Star Fox or here's a Metroid or whatever. And then here's for like the Nintendo fans that came in because of the Wii. So here's like a casual, like a fun whatever type of game that has motion controls. But I feel like this direct it was mostly RPGs and it was mostly like either anime-ish games and then some first-party Nintendo games. There's very few blockbuster. I mean, Splatoon 3. I feel like they only put Splatoon 3 on the end because they had nothing big. Because that one's coming out in 2022, so that doesn't make any sense because this was supposed to be a quarter one 2021 direct.
Yeah,
So it
even
didn't really
even
make
ano,
sense for me.
Triangle is like 2022 din. So parang okay. Pero they need that
Yeah,
kasi they need to get yung ano. The demo is also
server.
like a feedback form for people.
Yeah. So
Kasi
I
they
guess
don't know
since
how to
everyone
design
mentioned,
games. Sorry.
uh, yeah, okay lang. Since everyone mentioned like what they were most excited for me right now, the one I'm most excited for, and like if people who are listening or watching this who know me, they think I'd say like Zelda Skyward Sword, and I did enjoy Skyward Sword, naman. But right now, the one I'm most excited for is No More Heroes 3 because I've been, and but it's kind of sad because No More Heroes 3 it's not a Nintendo Direct announcement because that was announced like years ago.
Yeah.
It's just now lang sa Direct na they gave it a date. So I got hyped for that. I was like, oh, finally, it's a date. It's August 20 something. But yeah, that's about it really. And I guess I have like there's some like lesser known uh, games that people didn't really bring up. Like there's this detective game called
Mm.
Famicom Detective, which is
Okay, I wanted to get this.
for
Your,
Wala.
okay. Is it from? Is it a Super Famicom game?
I
think
believe
so.
so. Na it's a
Yeah.
remastered. It
Oh,
looks beautiful.
It was remastered, yeah. I think it was like a first person
yeah.
pixely visual novel type game on the
Yeah.
Famicom, made by Nintendo or for Nintendo consoles.
That's right. That
Looks
kind of blew
amazing.
my mind in the way na, oh my god, like it's such an indie thing that they're reviving it. And
Yeah,
Well, ano
remastered.
eh, it
It must
wasn't
have a lot.
it
Well,
wasn't
wala may
indie
tie-up with
dati.
that.
Sorry. Wasn't it like a
Baka
big
may
deal
tie-up.
for them kaya nila. Anyway, may meron pa lang. I don't know if this was in Nintendo Direct sa Japan, pero I'm excited for a game that I'll never be able to play. Yung Shin-chan na
I knew you were
game.
gonna say that one.
Have you
Yeah.
seen that, Andren? It's like parang Studio Ghibli level na painted backgrounds tapos cel shaded na characters. Tapos it's just ikaw si Shin-chan tapos you get to fish and you get to fuck around with everyone sa village. It's so pleasant looking.
Do you get to piss on something at some point?
Possibly. I hope
Yeah,
so.
I bet there's a dedicated piss button just for it.
They're like that hostile game. But
It reminds me of like the Untitled Goose Game, but
Ah,
anime.
yeah.
Yeah. I hope it's open world and you just dick around, be a child.
So
Like,
yeah.
what a fantasy.
It seems like he's on vacation eh. It's kasi he's from the city, right? Tapos he's in the countryside. Ganun.
Yeah, yeah.
Ganda lang. It's like, wow, I really like how pretty this looks. Ganun.
yeah, and we talked about this a bit like offline kasi not live kasi we're friends din naman even though walang podcast. Yung part na yung sinabi ng guy who made Breath of the Wild, sinabi, by the way, wala kaming announcement sa Breath of the Wild, sorry. There's Skyward Sword. I think he didn't need to say that kasi it doesn't hype up. Like, nag-apologize mo na. Parang sinasabi mo, kunwari, expert ka sa pagkagawa ng hamburger. Excuse me, wala, hindi pa tapos yung hamburger ko. Ito, puta, leche flan. Like,
Last year's hamburger.
There was another moment like that sa direct na parang remember when we released Bowser's Fury tapos
Yeah.
biglang may iba silang sinabi parang okay. Like,
Okay, when they mentioned that, I was like, remember last week when we released the Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury? I thought they were gonna be like, well, Bowser's Fury is a prototype for a much larger Mario game coming soon. I thought that's what's gonna happen. And they were just like, well, it's out. Buy it, please, and then that's it. And I think the reason why the guy's name is Eiji Aonuma, he's been the producer of Zelda since, like, he worked in the first Zelda game, then he was like the main producer since Ocarina of Time, which is the N64 one. And I think he kind of has to say na there's no Breath of the Wild 2 news because the moment I saw his face, obviously the first thought, Breath of the Wild. And I don't know, I think it's unavoidable talaga na Nintendo knows that the only reason people tuned in at the Direct is just if there's Breath of the Wild 2 news. So there's no other person.
they're very polite about these things. usually. Alam mo yun?
They're Japanese.
Yeah.
Culture, man. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly what Andren said. They're Japanese. That's just how they roll.
It's not like parang sa cyberpunk. No?
Oh yeah.
Still on fire. I'm still thinking of buying that game. Huh? I'm not
You
joking.
know, you know,
I'll
dude.
buy it when it's fixed.
You know, dude. Ironically, the best place to play that game is on Google Stadia on streaming.
Yes, that's what I heard.
Dun siya hindi nagahang.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's because on Google Stadia they were like they use the best possible machine, so it's obviously optimized,
Yeah.
and you just have to have good internet. Too bad we live in the Philippines.
Too bad it's a
No way.
bad game too. So hindi naman yung problem.
Yeah, I heard that. Like it's basically like Deus Ex, those Deus Ex games.
Yeah, pero not as good. Like si Rob said na parang I after this I bought Red Dead and I also played New Vegas again kasi I just needed to get that itch and this game was not it. Ganun.
Really.
Yeah.
Do you think there's gonna be an E3? Like an
I
online?
heard last year
Mm,
there wasn't there, but
there might be yata pero it also has like competition with the new thing that's tinart nung who's that guy, the white guy?
which one?
No, you know this guy. Siya yung best friend ni Hideo Kojima na
Jeff Keighley.
Jeff Keighley. He started like a new thing.
Yeah.
So
The
like
white guy.
yeah, or like he might like it might be a good thing na may kakompetensya ang E3 ganon.
I agree.
Kasi
E3, honestly, they're just coasting.
Yeah.
Before they monopolized the whole gaming convention journalism thing. Like they
Yeah.
put zero effort. Most of the
Because
stuff.
I think it's the internet. Like because of the internet, E3 has become obsolete. Because I've heard
Yeah.
stories before. Like there were like sobrang big budget in E3.
Yeah.
Like yeah, people would wait in line just to play the next fucking Resident Evil.
Mm.
Which is so mind-boggling. Yeah.
I think
basically, yun lang.
I think Nintendo Directs yung ganong style is very like it gets everyone on board, like it doesn't take up your whole week. Alam mo yun, that it's not that
It's similar to
expensive.
that. Nintendo started that actually, I think it was like 2012, 2013. One day, because they used to be, back then in the early before the 2010s. Everyone would go on stage. They were like, "Oh, this is Sony's E3 presentation. This is Microsoft. This is Nintendo." Then they'd have someone who go on stage and demo the game or whatever. Then randomly, Nintendo decided not to show up to E3, and they just had a video na lang. And people were like shocked, and they actually liked the video and had like puppets in it. And,
Yeah.
I mean, this was yeah. You remember that one? They had like
Yeah.
a puppet version
You
of
know,
Waka and Shigeru Miyamoto.
about chicken one?
No, no, it's like no.
You're gonna get a new mother. Tapos parang may lasers na lumabas sa mata ng recipes. I mean, kinatay yung guy. That's pretty funny.
There was like yung si Mario guy si not Miyazaki. Shigeru Miyamoto and then si President and then si Reggie. They started turning into like Fox characters, diba? Like
Yeah.
Star
Like
Fox
Fox
characters.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't know.
Yes.
And then after that, they just didn't show up at the E3, and they were like, "We have our own version, and it's Nintendo Direct, and it's
It's so much people get more hype than that kaysa sa parang you have to go to like a big convention ganun. So parang I don't know. Like I have a question. Would you guys ever want to go to something like E3 honestly? And do you think you would enjoy it?
Only once, and I feel like I won't enjoy it, but I
Yeah.
still want to go at least once.
I want to experience it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pero like we went to something like that, Andren. Tapos I don't think we loved it as much. You know,
Because we were just fucking two fucking
assholes.
At that time, I was so exhausted. Like,
It was very exhausting. Well, I guess if it's like yung talagang trip na we get like a hotel and then there's like we hang out and like may parties, that would be great. Pero like I don't like waiting in lines for like to play video games.
What
I'm
convention?
just the old guy in me. Because it was focused more on esports. I don't like esports.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It was
That's fair.
disappointing. And segueing to our new topic, let's talk about disappointing game trailers.
Mm.
Kasi
Yeah.
River brought up this topic kasi it can work against or for the game, but Like for example, long past years lang No Man's Sky, ano ba ba? Yung
Dead
mga
Island.
Dead
Cyberpunk.
Island,
That
ano pa
ano,
ba?
that Far Cry game that looked amazing in trailer.
Yeah, and yung Limbo, yeah, all of these were garbage.
I
But
have an argument sa Limbo na you might agree with pero it's not for like yung ano. Pero anyway, later na yan.
here. So, who wants to go first? I can. Who wants to go? Who wants to go first? I have one.
Go, you go. Start us off.
Mm.
It was a fairly recent game. It was the game trailer for Ghosts of Tsushima. And when I watched the trailer, kasi when they revealed the trailer, hindi pa nila sinasabi yung pangalan. Tapos nakita ko there was this samurai guy. So, you need to walk the path of the blade. And whatever. Tapos sinabi niya, I was, yung unang thought na pumasok sa isip ko, shit, parang gagawa sila ng bagong Bushido blade, man. This is gonna be awesome. Pero hindi. And it was Ghost of Tsushima, pero it looked cool in the way that, okay, parang they presented as na parang baka one-hit kills yung mga sword fights. Oh, that's a new thing. Made by Summer Punch, who made like those infamous games. And I was so curious kasi, again, an open world samurai game seems like my jam, pare. RPG elements and shit, but it seems the trailer was so cool. So day one, I bought the game, and the combat is great, man. Like it's one of the best. See, like not since God of War, yung parang shit ang ganda ng combat. But those, I mean, tracking missions in any game. You know, tracking missions where like
Sweet.
the Witcher, yung mag-Witcher vision ka, and you go a path. When I was playing the game, okay, a tracking mission. They're not gonna do this the whole game naman. So, like if they do this like a few times, it's gonna be okay. And as I kept playing, like, oh my god, like 60% of
Oh.
the missions I have been playing has been tracking missions. And I'm like, oh no, I don't like this. I don't like this
Is
at
it
all.
like ano? Is it like you feel like the whole world was just they couldn't figure out what to do with like this giant world so they made it all tracking missions parang ganun.
It's not even that the world is not that big.
Ah, okay.
That's the big part, and it's all tracking missions. Like, hindi ko nga yung game, yung may meeting, tas nandun yung mga executives, tas inisip ko, how are we gonna make this third person game more fun? Ano, like, compelling characters? No, pare. A live open world where you can do anything? No, pare. Tas may isang guy na nagsabi, tracking missions. So, alam mo yung meme na tinos siya sa building. Yeah, and that really
Wait.
soured me on the game.
You,
Plus,
wait, natatawa ako kasi if you told me na there was a game na you could compose a haiku tapos part yun ng game, I would tell you na ano, it's an indie game and I hate you. Ganon. Pero that's Ghost of Tsushima. When I saw that, like, oh, I hate this game. I don't want to compose a dumb haiku. Is that fun ba? Yung haiku thing nila?
absolutely not. It fucking stinks.
I feel like it's also racist. Like, I know it's pero like, kunyari, I watched the Transformers. Tapos may samurai robot doon na si Ken Watanabe, of course, yung nagboses. Tapos he just had to say a haiku kasi he was Japanese. Why do you have to put in a haiku just or maybe that's a thing that I don't know na parang samurais also do a lot of haikus.
You know why you do those haikus?
Why?
Just to get a cool headband, but
What does the headband do ba?
it's just cosmetic shit, dude. It doesn't do anything for the
Oh.
game. And here's the funny thing, like there are question marks in the map. Oh, parang Zelda, like when you travel para to see, and most of them are just fox missions. The fox missions are this: you just follow a fox to a shrine, and the fox moves really fast, and you just get upgrades for your runes. And I'm like, no, I'm not enjoying this at all. And the world feels so dead. Like I get it, it's where the Mongols invaded Japan, and dapat dead talaga yung world. Pero every here's the one thing yung sa sinabi nga ni River, medyo kalat na yung sinabi niya kasi, di ba, na the trailer made it seem na maganda yung graphics niya and sobrang detailed ng pero facial animations, pero hindi nila sinabi na for the main characters lang yun. And every other NPC looks the same.
Oh, talaga?
Japanese,
I was gonna say, is that a statement because they're Japanese?
no, it's not. Every NPC looks the same. Oh my god, and
Oh.
it's just, this game would have worked better if it wasn't an open world game.
I
If
guess
it was
I
just
thought it was
if it
linear,
was level based.
Yeah, kasi there's nothing to do in the open world.
Okay.
Like, dude, mas marami ka mo magagawa sa San Andreas na open world. Like,
Yeah.
mas buhay yung feeling.
Uh,
Plus,
Uh,
yung skill tree, to almost all of the skills felt useless to me.
uh,
And one thing that Spider-Man did yung sa PS4, kasi it's built similar, it's a gamey-ass game, pero the web swinging felt so good, you didn't care.
Yeah.
So that's the end of my rant with the game, man. I was so disappointed. Na binalik ko kaagad, like, kasi may return thing pa na pwede. Parang palitan mo ng ibang game.
I remember na you were so hyped for that game eh. Like parang that was the game na I was so happy nung lumabas siya. Oh, Andren's gonna get to play his samurai simulator. Ganun.
No, it's not.
Binalik niya.
Also, yeah. How about you guys?
Ikaw, River.
I'm having a hard time thinking of one because whenever I buy games, I'm always really careful and I don't want to waste my money on this. But I guess
Exactly.
Yeah.
I read all of the reviews then when it came out. Okay, it's getting an 8.5 out of 10. Oh, I'm like, yeah, holy shit.
I guess
Yeah.
for me, the one where a trailer misled me. I'm trying to think. I guess it would be. I'm going to my Steam list. Right now, see what games I played. Giselle, do you have one? 'Cause
I
mine's
have
destroyed.
well yung akin was I didn't buy it, of course. I was considering like spending half of yung savings gonna buy like a nice rig, like a nice PC rig to play Cyberpunk kasi parang this is gonna be the future. This is gonna be like
Yeah.
this is gonna be the RPG that gets me back into like tas parang nung lumabas siya. Oh, okay, good thing na I didn't spend 50,000 to play a shitty game.
Okay, I have one.
Ah,
Yeah.
For me it was Fallout 4 because that was the one.
Yeah.
Because I played
played
Fallout 3, I played New Vegas, I played the original Fallout, I played Fallout 2.
Yeah, when you watch that trailer dun sa E3 na yun, it looked so good.
Yes.
May disappointed, hindi ako masyadong disappointed, pero go ahead, what were
Okay.
your...
See, the thing with Fallout 4 is I don't despise the game, but I am very disappointed in how they handled the RPG elements. Because the big thing with Fallout kasi is that what sets it apart from a lot of open world games, because people were worried when Fallout 3 came out that it was just gonna become Elder Scrolls with guns. But it does this interesting thing with how it handles its characters, how it handles yung dialogue niya, and it did such a good job in allowing you to build a character that always had strengths and weaknesses. So it was always interesting. Every time you play through the game, it's unique because if you did a character that was really good with weapons and whatnot, sometimes they sacrifice their intelligence or their charisma. So they can go through certain things with brute force, but they can't goes through like a certain mission path that required really good dialogue options that was locked because you didn't have a high speech level. And in Fallout 4, what they did with the leveling up system, because how they made it out in the trailer is like you're the lone wanderer and you're going around looking for your son, because in the third one you're looking for your dad, so in the fourth one you're looking for your son.
Yeah, it started really cool, like, they fucking iced your wife.
Yeah, yeah. And it's bizarre because they make it like, I mean, if I were a dad, I don't know about anyone else, but if I were a dad, obviously looking for my son would always be number one in my priority. But like, I mean, it's just ludonarrative dissonance so that in the middle of that you also like help a revolution, and in the middle of that you help a bunch of robots find their memory. or stuff like that. It's just this like, but yeah, but I don't know. I felt like the finding the sun thing was gonna be so powerful when it happened, but it wasn't. And I don't know if you guys care about spoilers, but I'll just say,
Yeah, I played the game. It's fine.
okay, yeah.
Mm.
I don't know why it didn't impact me as much as it did when you find out later on that the sun is now the leader of the company that makes all this
Yeah,
skin.
yeah.
Yeah, and because I feel like it's supposed to end at that emotional. I mean, I guess that's the writers subverting your expectations. But then, because then there's a point where like, oh, should I now go against my son because he's lost his way and he's doing this, or like, no, actually, synths are just tools and they're not real people, even though they have personalities and clearly they are real people in how they're depicted in Fallout 4. But I don't know. I guess the biggest disappointment for me in Fallout 4 is every time you make a character, you have it's possible to max out all the stats. So you make the perfect god being every time if you play the game well enough. And it gets so boring. And like the gun, like Fallout 4 is the best gunplay in all of the games, but that's not why I play Fallout. I play Fallout because I want to make a survival guy and roleplay. But I can never roleplay because I'm always gonna be super dad looking for his son. I always find my son, and then I always be good at everything, and no one wants that. I with an RPG. I don't know. Maybe some people like that. I just didn't get it.
Okay,
I wish I wish yung ending was yung twist was you were your own son all along.
all along.
I'm
And
the
then your memories are
son.
implanted. That can work actually.
Okay.
Now you're a synth of your son, and then your memories are planted, but it's the wrong memories. I accidentally put the dad's memories, then the son's memories.
I'm the simp.
I'm a simp.
I watched like a video about that kay Joseph Anderson yung sa Fallout 4 na very interesting na. I think the DLCs almost have a better grasp pero like
That's what I heard.
and but I don't
I skip the DLCs too.
so
It sucks
you were
'cause, like,
disappointed with that. Okay.
I think
Yeah.
to your point, Reverend, when you meet your son, you realize that your son was part of this evil corporation. I think it suffers from the Last of Us 2 dilemma na, okay, your son was evil, but you have been blasting people
Yeah.
using VATS.
How many
Like,
fucking
you
people
innocent
did you
people.
kill?
Okay, I was evil too, son. I actually joined forces with my son.
Yeah, I have a friend who did that too.
I murdered everyone from the underground wave. Fuck all of you. I don't want to live in this fucking photo. Here's the
They
thing.
have air conditioning here.
Pointed as beautiful Fallout 4. I enjoyed the stats. Kasi the one thing that saved that game. Kasi my problems with it were it's an open world, but it felt so linear. Kasi you had to go to that camp. You had to go to the other camp.
You
You
have
had
to meet the guy. What's his name?
But they're still forcing you
Yeah.
down the path,
You can
even though
feel
you want to pick your own way.
Exactly.
That's my biggest disappointment with that. And the settlements, basically nothing.
Not the settlements. Yeah.
It stinks, man. You don't need the settlements. Again, you can get it for crafting, but that's all. But yung positives, I played my character as a melee character. And when you get the blink skill, dude, you can just fuck everyone up, pare. Swinging bats. But yeah, I agree the story wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Do you think na Fallout 4 is better than Cyberpunk? Because it kind of sounds
Like
At
Cyberpunk
least,
stuff.
at least after 4, they found their thing and they just went with it, right? At least the
Yeah.
Fallout franchise is pretty good now.
Yeah,
Wala
glad
na.
like, they found their footing.
I was- I was sort of excited for that because I watched yung no clip documentary about yung Fallout. Ano yun? 76, right? Because they were like making it seem so. They were making it seem na wow, this is fucking impressive what they're doing. Tapos parang it comes out, oh, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, dude, actually, hindi ako nagulat, Giselle, kasi fucking single-player games yun nga broken. Let's take it online! Where nothing can go wrong.
Well, because they did that with Elder Scrolls Online, and it was
Oh.
kind of successful. But with Elder Scrolls, kasi like I feel like with Skyrim it's easier to multiplayer because you're not. I mean, I guess it's different because you always
Skyrim
need
is
to
not a
walk.
single player game. It's an online game na is single player. Parang ganun yung feeling. Kasi it's just a bunch of fetch quests. You go back and forth. And you could make that online.
Yeah, exactly. But with
Uh,
Fallout, you're so specialized as a person. It's so bizarre, and it suddenly. I think the problem then, because with 76, they made this big point that everyone you meet is a real person. There are no NPCs, and because of that, there's no direction. So you go somewhere, and like, what do I do? Where do I go? What's happening?
that's always like the problem with these games. Like yung sinabi mo sa Ghost of Tsushima na parang oh like we spent most of our production money on the main models and then we didn't give a shit about all of the other characters kasi like you won't care. Tapos parang no like you want like it would be better na the main characters look less detailed if every it was spread out to everyone kasi like that would be fine. Parang I mean, ano, tamo ang Skyrim, like, it doesn't have the best graphics naman, like, vanilla, pero, like, everyone looks like a person. Like, everyone looks
Yeah.
different, ganon.
Everyone has a purpose. All it feels like everyone has a purpose. And again,
Ganon.
hard making games, pero here's the thing. Dude, mukha talagang PS3 model yung mga iba.
I'll look this up. Man.
Ganon din daw sa, ano eh, sa Final Fantasy Remake, like, there is a difference between yung other models.
Really good. I'm
Yung,
actually gonna buy that next week.
yung NPCs aren't, like, completely kasing ganda. Sorry.
I saw the ending of that,
Ah.
and I'm gonna buy this. Spoiler, kasi it's the spoiler that got me to buy the game. Do you mind me spoiling?
I know the ending. It's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I see? Aries, man.
Yeah.
Like, sila lang, they had these weird time bugs that
Yeah.
all the unit. I'm playing this.
I
man.
hate it.
I like it. But then again, I haven't played any Final Fantasy VII.
Like it so much.
I
Okay,
like the
but
idea, and it's like a commentary on remakes, diba? Like,
yeah, oh my god, that's great.
Whoa,
So,
we are so
they're
smart. We are
changing. It's a
commenting on the
totally
thing that
different
we're
game.
doing.
I don't know. I haven't played the game, so I'm not thinking.
I'm just so
Let's say this in words that Giselle will understand. Okay.
no, I know what you're talking about. I know yung bugs na parang like the mentors.
Of Limbo, and it
No. Let me explain lang. I don't like yung thing of remember when we watched Black Mirror na parang technology is bad pero you're watching it on streaming? Parang ganun yung dating sa remake eh. Like, you'll never have your nostalgia back pero here's all your nostalgia back pero we don't wanna give it to you because kasi it's bad to rehash things pero we're still gonna rehash it for you. Like, it's like, okay, sige. I mean, it's fine. I mean, if you're into that, ganun. Also, you have to remember, Limbo did not make money back, and it's like a small studio. No. I have an argument for it eh. Kasi if you're like a game developer, and then you see someone take that big risk, it's amazing. Yun lang. It's not gonna be for everyone, ganun. Pero like, ayun.
just did it.
Yan. I don't know what you're expecting from Limbo eh. Kasi it's like, it's literally like how old na game. Ganun. I'm not a fan of Limbo. I'm telling you. Like, I'm on the same boat na parang, okay, I didn't get yung ending. Tapos it's just a platformer. Pero, I liked it better than Braid in the sense na I didn't have to read a lot of text about the nuclear bomb. Ganun. Yun lang.
No, you gotta integrate RPG elements into Limbo for Andren to like it. You have to make it like you
Yeah.
have like an innocent
You get a higher
level.
jump. You get a higher
Yeah,
jump.
get a higher jump.
God.
If you rip enough spider leg.
I also don't like Limbo kasi may ex akong gusto yun.
I don't like Limbo. It hurts my back and it hurts my neck. Just kidding. I'm talking about the wrong Limbo. Okay,
That's tough. Pero, how about you, Giselle? What's the disappointing
yeah.
game?
What's the big disappointing trailer for you?
I was gonna say Far Cry. Pero like I was never gonna play it. Pero like yung the fourth one, yung the one na akala ko it would be like anti-MAGA stuff. Tapos when I read yung reviews,
No,
it's
that's
like
the fifth one. That's the fifth
the fifth one. Kasi ang ganda ng trailer. I did like yung trailer a lot. Parang I wanna try to play this. Tapos parang when I read yung reviews, parang it's like the trailer's kind of baiting and it really doesn't go for it. Alam mo yun? So parang,
All
okay.
the way, yeah.
It's like, it's the problem then. You can't blame them. They're like 100 people. Just like, if they mess up, they'll lose their job. So parang, how are you gonna be fucking brave with that? I mean, diba? Like, how are you gonna, like, make any real... I think Rockstar is the ballsiest ones in terms of that stuff. Pero kasi they've literally been remaking the same game for how many years eh. So they're really good at it. And it's not I'm not knocking them for doing that. I think na it's really great na they're like they're so refined na sa what they're doing. Iyon.
Yeah.
Pero like when it's like when it's someone like when it's like mga Ubisoft stuff parang I don't know. It feels like kasi sobrang unbrave ng company sometimes, right? So it's like just do this. Just do this kasi this is a straight line formula that'll get you to the end. Pero like if you've played the other games, it's gonna be like, di ba? It feels
Yeah.
rehashed, ganun.
Yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah.
I feel like it's because they hit their modern warfare. Because that's what happened with Call of Duty. Once they were pretty experimental with some of their first person
Yeah, you
shooters.
know Russian. That was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, and then when they hit Modern Warfare 2, all of the Call of Duty games became just a reiteration of Modern Warfare. So I feel like that's what happened with Far Cry. When they made Far Cry 3, and that was like their biggest hit at the time. Every other game was just Far Cry 3 again, but in a different place. Like that's why you keep forgetting about Far Cry 4. Is because it was exactly like Far Cry 3, except it was in the Himalayas. And the
Take a
Far
bit-
Cry 5, yeah, Far Cry 5 is just Far Cry 3, but in America.
I don't remember. Like I was kind of getting nervous about the tone of that game, because I like it deep and depressing, and there were other trailers that you can get a dog fight as your
Yeah.
bang, 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 da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's my fucking cars with flaming decals, and you're just driving. Yeah, I gotta get
Imagine like playing devil's advocate. Imagine if that game didn't need to say anything political. It was just a redneck simulator. I think people would love that.
I would,
I mean, no, seriously, di ba? Parang if it wasn't gonna comment too greatly, yung parang, kasi I think the thing was it was trying to, I'm gonna say something, ganon. Tapos parang I didn't say
Yeah.
anything, ganon.
Yeah.
So parang, which I think that's what got yung, kasi yung Last of Us 2, also the problem there is like, what a game to pick like to make a sequel for. Parang you might as well make a sequel sa Mona Lisa or something, di ba? Like parang no one wants a sequel. No one like it's like sabi mo nga Andren, like people you didn't play Last of Us for like for gameplay, ganon. So parang I don't know. It's weird eh. Ganon. Is the world really that worth it?
have her,
Ano?
have her have colored hair and a nose ring
Yeah.
and a fucking LGBT flag. Yung sequel ng Mona Lisa. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm cool with what they did dun sa pero like it's also like you gotta like there's yung part of me na parang that's cool for them that they did that. Tapos parang I like na they did yung brave choices na piss off yung fans and stuff. Pero also at the same time parang who cares? Depressed yata ako. Yun lang sinabi. Who cares about anything? Why do we try? Ganun. No, but it's like more like it's the problem na parang do you really want to make a franchise out of something that was already pretty good? Yun lang. Ganon. Was there really more to say or did they force your hand? Did Sony force your hand kasi they needed like their big prestige game? Ganon.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I didn't play any of Naughty Dog's games other than Crash Bandicoot. But like,
Oh my God.
am I wrong in saying that they did that statement before of like, who's the real bad guy? Because you've murdered lots of people too. Didn't they do that with Uncharted 2 already? Like way back in like 2008 or whatever.
I never played Uncharted. Pero
Oh,
did they
okay,
do
I'm
that
pretty
with
sure
Crash Bandicoot, but where you murder
Yeah.
all those innocent animals,
you
man.
killed all those exotic wildlife.
I want them to go back sa Jack and Daxter. That's the Naughty Dog that I like.
Yeah, I've never played Jack and Daxter.
I never played Jack and Daxter.
I think
it looks amazing.
I mean, I like yung Jack and Daxter too. I would put it up kasama ng San Andreas as one of the best open world places. Pero, like, no one's gonna remember.
Have you played this thing, sa Naughty Dog where Crash and Neo Cortex joined forces.
Yes,
I
I
just
played
played a bit of it.
Twin Sanity.
Yeah,
Twinsanity.
there's fourth wall breaking moment that made me laugh. Like, kasi most of the characters dun sa Crash Bandicoot, they just go from side to side.
Yeah.
Like in most in the PS2 games, and dun sa Neo, Crash and Neo, the skunk, there's this enemy, and he just said, "Fuck, why do I keep going from side to side? It's time to go front." Just so tawa.
Actually, I don't know if that was still Naughty Dog, because I know Naughty Dog only made the first three, and then they
Oh,
sold
fuck.
it. Yeah. No, that's fine. I mean, it's the same, like, same IP, but like they sold it to like Sierra or someone else, and they did an okay job.
Yeah.
Insanity was fine. I didn't mind it.
And also, I also played the Dark Spyro reboot, buddy, voiced by Elijah.
I played that too.
That's pretty cool.
There's a Dark Spyro reboot?
He grows up in the.
Oh
third
wait,
game
is that yung
by-
iba na yung developer tapos mukha siyang edgy teen?
Yeah. And
Why
yung
would you-
main point ng game na to, Spyro can really fly now. He
Yeah,
did
but not
jump,
really.
glide, boat.
You can fly.
Pero
though,
ang ganda nga
like,
yung what they did.
yeah. And it was.
Pero sinabi naman nila River, at the lore rin na, yun na, kasi a baby dragon pa si Spyro, so he
Yeah.
doesn't have like,
That's why you can fly.
well, yeah. Those
Oh.
were our disappointing. How about you guys? Is anyone watching?
No.
No.
Si Aaron
Oh,
lang.
No way to know.
Mabagal yung net
I
ko.
want to hear, ano naman, like, what's something that you were so hyped for that did live up to your expectations? So we can end on a positive note.
Yes. Kasi we
That's a
don't
pause. Okay.
just-
Yeah. I don't want
And this-
negativity in my stream.
Mm,
No, good vibes only on my stream.
game that, positive.
That lived
Wow.
up to your hype. Like, you were, I mean, for the easiest one, and this just goes to show how much of a Nintendo boy I am, was like Breath of the Wild. I waited for that
Yeah.
game for years. Like, I mentioned this off before we started the podcast na before Breath of the Wild, the last mainline Zelda game on the Wii, it was like 2011. And then Breath of the Wild came 17. So you can imagine how long I had to wait. And the worst part, Nintendo console between the Wii and the Switch that people ignore, the Wii U, that never got a Zelda game, like a mainline Zelda game. It just got HD remasters.
No, it got,
And
diba? Breath of the Wild?
Well, it got Breath of the Wild, but it felt like more like a mercy
Mm.
release for
Okay.
the Wii U owners now. All right, we see you guys, and we're sorry, but here's your version of Breath of the Wild that's laggy and not as pretty looking, but the real way to play it was on the Switch talaga. And it was clearly made for the Switch in the way that it's open world, so if you were playing, you can like drop the game and then pick it up whenever you want. Yeah, but Breath of the Wild lived up. I didn't expect it to like actually not only
you
did it live
remember-
up to my expectations, but
Do you
yeah.
remember the trailer?
Yeah.
Like dun sa E3, ang cute. This is how cute Nintendo is sometimes. It's like, there was this guy presenting Breath of the Wild, and you see those mountains? You can actually go to those mountains.
Like, hell yeah, dude. You mean, hell yeah, dude.
They,
Yeah, I love it. For me,
they were excited for that. Go.
mine was Neo 2 because I played the first one
Mm.
and I enjoyed it because it's like a Dark Souls type game, but imagine Dark Souls but with snappier controls. Again, it's a totally different game. I don't know. I don't get why people say that Neo is kind of like a Dark Souls type game. It's not. It's totally not. It's just. It's hard because the enemies move fast, pero you move fast then. Do you get it? Like it's
I saw
Yeah.
it more as like a samurai version of Ninja Gaiden, more so than a Dark Souls
yeah,
game.
yeah, it is. It kind of makes sense because it is. It's the skill tree.
Mm.
Because other games just do it for a cool. Oh, I get to do. I'm never gonna fuck. But like, feel that your character is different
Oh.
each time you play,
Yeah,
depending on the skill tree. Dark Souls does that very well.
yeah, it does.
Neo does that. Fallout does that really well. Skyrim does that really well. Yeah, basically, that makes skill for me, man.
Mm.
Hell yeah.
How about you, Giselle?
A thing that disappointed me.
No, that
What did you like?
the expectations.
Oh,
That was worth the hype.
Fuck. The hype. Something na ano, na I thought was shit. Pero Project Triangle
It doesn't have to
Strategy.
be like that, pero for once, and then when you got it, it was like, oh wow, this is better than I expected,
I think
or
I
this is
know.
exactly what I wanted.
I think yung initially since I started again gaming on the Switch, in Breath of the Wild, when I was first playing it, and I was talking to Andren when I started playing Breath of the Wild, kasi like I was hyped for it and they were telling na parang and then ganto ganto, and I was talking kay Andren na parang